everybody, it's TorontoUnicorn. So this is a story time video, one of the juicy ones. You're gonna want to get comfortable. It's gonna be a bit long. Also, I'm doing this on my podcast, so if you want to listen to this in the car while you're driving or something, just make sure you don't get too distracted. You can find me on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever they are. Yeah, here goes. So I recently put up a vlog about taking Jyla Valentine, my date, is a male-female couple, to Oasis Aqualounge, which is a sex club in Toronto, and I took her as my submissive on DTF night. And DTF night is a night for women who like multiple men. I'm not going to go into too much detail because this part is for YouTube. I do have an after dark version going on my fan page as always, because there's always so much more to say and show, frankly, than I could ever do in front of YouTube. So I hope you come there as well for the after dark version. But basically, she shows up to my house with her boyfriend, and they are in good spirits as always. I had picked out a few different outfits. Now, one of the outfits just didn't make YouTube, or we just eliminated it kind of thing. It was a harness. It was like a top and bottom harness. But anyways, we had that choice between the first outfit, which was like the crop top with like the word baby and like a pink top, and then like booty shorts with like a black G-string showing through. Like, it was super sexy. Like, it was exactly, I dressed her. Like, she's my sexual Barbie. I have so much fun dressing her up and then feeding her to boys because she really enjoys it. And we have a very good dynamic because I think I know what men want. It doesn't mean I always give it to men, because I think I can't. I think a lot of women can't give exactly everything that men ever want. But for some reason, Jyla Valentine is just a blank canvas of sex. You're allowed to like use her for your pleasure. Like, if you want to put your dick down her throat, great. If you want to, do it, great. Everything requires consent still and everything, but I've never met anyone so open-minded, open whatevered, for whatever. And so I was watching men. Anyways, I'll get into it. So basically, we pick out the outfit, we get in an Uber, we go to the club, and, they get some drinks, and we go, and I show her off at the pool. I basically, while we're getting undressed, I put her basically in front of people. I, shimmied down her booty shorts and stuff, so it was we were putting on a bit of a show. And then I actually ran into a few guys that I've actually played with before. Some of them actually have videos on this channel about. So they were, familiar faces, familiar D's, and so I introduced them to Jyla Valentine, and she was the happy, inviting girl she was supposed to be for me, and she made them feel very welcome, and they were the first people that we invited to go upstairs. So we basically took the party upstairs. We invited some very special gentlemen that lived up to her fantasy, so thank you. We got started, and I was in a different outfit, but I do have a little clip of it, and I still have footage of me picking out which outfit, and I'm still not sure what to do with it, but it's definitely gonna be on my fan page eventually. So if you want to see how I even pick out an outfit for something like this, you're gonna have to come there. But this is a little clip of what I looked like in that outfit. We had a lot of guys lined up. There was people beside us having their own experiences, and guys would be at one point, one guy reached in and touched her ass, and I actually said, stop. I'm like, don't touch without consent. And I got everyone's attention, and I was like, there's no touching without consent. I definitely wanted to make sure she felt safe at all times, and that guys understood that this is a respectful, G-A-N-G, whatever. I don't know how to get through the YouTube police. So anyways, she was a champ. She was the happiest girl down there. She was so inviting. Every time a guy would be invited in, I would say things to her make sure that you're inviting them. I'm make sure all C's, I call them C's now, or D's, whatever, feel welcome. And then at one point, she was actually having a guy from behind, and she had a guy in her mouth. And at one point I was sitting up there, and I said, well, don't you have a hand? And because there was a guy waiting. And so then she reaches up and uses her hand. And that's the kind of dom I am, because I am having my fantasy fulfilled. I want every single orifice filled, I want her to be devoured by these, what we're calling hungry wolves, right, on DTF. It was this fantasy of being ravaged by this respectful group of men, right? I keep saying respectful. She doesn't ever use that word. For me, it's an important word because role play is role play, right? And so you don't want some real asshole in there being slipping a condom off before he puts his dick in. I was the police on the condoms. I literally inspected to make sure people had condoms. You still need gentlemen's, even if you're having this kind of play, you know? So anyway, the boyfriend, Mr. Jila Valentine, was beside me. We kept making like fucking awesome looks at each other every time like we just saw something cool, especially because she took a lot of like male juice on her, and at one point I offered her a towel to wipe it off, and she's like, oh no, that's okay, and she like wanted to wear it, and I was like, okay, I'm learning, like this is what it's for her. She's having her fantasy fulfilled. My fantasy, and by the way, I didn't know I had this fantasy until I was able to fulfill it, but I wanted to be the sexual director. I wanted to sit back and be involved in the scene in the sense of I dictate where, like who goes where, what, and make it like it was amazing. It was amazing. I remember at one time hearing Jila Valentine say something, and there was another D like waiting for her, and I even said, like even like not even with an LOL at the end, you know what I mean? I said, if I can hear you talking, you're not sucking D. And literally just she put it in her mouth like a good girl. Like I was like, that was like the dom sub relationship, and it was really exciting and fulfilling and playful. It's funny because I took a break from Oasis. I still need to take breaks here and there, and I still will again. Everybody takes breaks. Every single person I know who goes to Oasis has taken a break from Oasis for the sake of needing a break. It just is one of those things where everyone needs to exhale and like get some normalcy back in their lives, and then, you know. And so I was coming back into the night wondering, am I going to be bored? Is it going to be whatever? I didn't really think that, but like that would have been a concern. And I had the time of my life. Like I had the time of my life. I had a sub that was delicious, that was friendly, that every guy was so like grateful and like thankful to have the experience to play with her. I felt thrilled and proud of her. Like it was so fulfilling in so many ways I can't even explain. And so we did leave like before most people leave. Like we left around midnight. The club stays open till 3, but when you've had your fun, you've had your fun, man. And she definitely tapped out at 13. At first we thought it was 12 guys, but then apparently she looked at the numbers and it was 13 because she had some Sharpies on her ass of guys when they departed. So it was quite the night. I'm not gonna lie, there's lots more details to come in the After Dark version. So I'm signing off of YouTube. If you want to check that out, you can come to TorontoUnicorn.com. Has all of my links. I'm not allowed to put them on my YouTube, or I would be obviously putting them on my YouTube, but it's my OnlyFans for right now, or whatever fan page I've got listed up there. So please come visit me there if you want to hear the rest of the details. It's going to be worth your time.